You might call Dax Shepard an unlikely Hollywood star, and he'd probably agree with you. He was raised outside of Detroit by a single mother who was a custodian at General Motors before rising through the ranks there and starting her own company. Dax moved to Southern California for college, then spent a full 10 years struggling as an actor. He eventually found his place in the movies and as Crosby Braverman on the hit NBC series Parenthood. In the last couple of years, he's become a podcast star, too, hosting the popular Armchair Expert. Dax and I got together this week for a virtual Sunday Sitdown to talk about his new dream job and much more.
Hey, Dax.
How you doing?
Life has a funny way of working out for Dax Shepard.
Oh, boy, am I excited.
And now the 46-year-old actor, comedian, and podcast star is taking a new turn, hosting Top Gear America, a new version of the popular British car show, and an automotive playground for Shepard and his friends, comic Rob Corddry and race car driver and journalist Jethro Bovingdon.
Who's the most handsome? Jethro?
It's Jethro.
There is competitive trash talk.
Rob, by my calculation, you're down 2 cylinders and some forced induction.
How dare you talk about my forced induction?
Some pointless but entertaining vehicle testing.
Bulldogs.
And of course, a lot of racing.
And let's just see if the best man doesn't win.
There's never been a better fit probably for host and show. As a guy who grew up in the Detroit area, building engines on cars basically since he was a kid, loving cars his whole life.
My whole life has been cars. My dad sold cars. My mother worked at General Motors and worked her way up the ladder. Then she started a company that put on huge press events for new car releases. I had that job for 14 years. And the only reason I'm compelled to make money is to give it to people so they'll hand me keys to things. So there was in some way I thought, why the hell haven't they called me yet?
So do you have any restrictions on what you can do? They just throw you the keys to, let's say, a Shelby GT500 and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, safety is third, if even in the top 5. I love it. It's the only job I've ever had where I thought, wait, somehow my whole life now has merged in my pursuit in improv and comedy and then cars somehow magically has come together.
Shepard's other lifelong love is comedy, a passion that took the Michigan native to Los Angeles, where he joined the famed Groundlings comedy troupe while getting a degree from UCLA in anthropology.
As my backup plan, I was going to be a primatologist, which there's probably 4 employed primatologists
It's a good
in the world.
fallback, though.
Yeah. I mean, Jane Goodall's retiring, so I guess there's one slot's
There's an
opening
opening,
up.
yeah.
In 2003, after a decade in Los Angeles,
Yeah, this is a double wide.
Shepard got his first big break as the sidekick to Ashton Kutcher on the MTV prank show Punk'd.
This is Ashton Kutcher. We just punked you.
So that's where I hit the lottery. I got cast as one of the 3 leads of this studio movie within 3 months of Punk'd airing.
But his budding film career soon stalled.
I got myself in 3 movies that didn't work financially in a row. And in full honesty, I was like, okay, I think that was my ride.
You think of yourself as a movie guy, right? And then Parenthood comes.
I got the results of the paternity test.
And you're like, I don't know, TV.
I thought, oh man, once you go to TV, that's it. There's like movies are done.
I have a son. He's amazing. I mean, you're gonna love him.
Crosby, you're a dad.
It's not something I had been aiming to do, and it's without question the best thing I was ever a part of as an actor.
After 6 successful seasons of Parenthood, Shepard returned to movies, writing, directing, and starring in a film version of the old motorcycle police show Chips. But it, too, was a box office flop.
I've heard so many actors talk about the pain that comes with something that you've invested personally so much into, and then on one Friday, it's over.
It's brutal. It is so brutal.
In the case of Chips, I think it probably spun you toward podcasting, which has turned into this entire universe for you.
What was many failures in a row in movies led to my favorite acting experience on Parenthood, and then The financial failure of Chips leads me to a podcast, which becomes my favorite thing I've ever done in my career.
Welcome to Armchair Expert.
In 2018, Shepard launched the podcast Armchair Expert with actor Monica Padman. It quickly became a hit, attracting big names to sit for something like a therapy session with Dax.
Justin Timberlake, 10-time Grammy award-winning singer-song.
10 times.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Guys.
Last September, Shepard came clean to his listeners, admitting he became addicted to opioids after an August motorcycle accident. He had been proudly sober for 16 years.
Also, you just had your sobriety birthday.
Yes.
And
It was the worst hour of my life.
you were on them.
Oh, yeah. I was high at the meeting having people tell me that they admire my sobriety.
Was there any hesitation there about projecting that back out into the public after 16 years of being sober?
Huge. That's the only thing I've said on the podcast I straight did not want to say. I get so much self-esteem out of being someone who has encouraged other people to try sobriety. I'm going to be exposed as a fraud, that I didn't ever do this thing correctly, or I wouldn't be in this situation. I have a good friend who said to me, if what you like is helping people, there's almost nothing you can do that'd be more helpful than you telling everyone.
You feel like you've got your arms around it now?
I do, yeah. I had to look at what am I not dealing with? What am I ignoring? I actually feel better with this current 4 months than I had in maybe the previous year of sobriety.
By his side through all of it is Shepard's wife, actress Kristen Bell. The pair famously is open about the ups and downs of their relationship.
We don't want anyone to think we met and it's been easy, because if that's someone's expectation of a relationship, and certainly a marriage, it's a bad expectation to have.
And during these long months at home with their 2 young daughters, Dax always is looking for a little personal time.
I have the option to say this went another half hour longer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If Kristen asks, I'll say we went long.
Yeah. I'll just go check out some things in the motorhome, make sure everything's working. Just got to make sure it's working for the next trip.
In addition to all those other cars he has, Dax does have a giant new motorhome out in the driveway. Top Gear America is streaming now on the Motor Trend app, and it is a blast of a show. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Sitdown podcast to hear the full-length interview with Dax Shepard. You can find it on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get yours.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.